Whoops. What? So we're making a YouTube video this time around, which means both of us need to film anything that we're doing this way, not this way, so that the people can enjoy it. Good, that's good.
The adventures of Crown City trawlers continue. I, your trusty Captain Joe, am joined by new and permanent crew, Jess and Yams. Join us aboard our new floating home, Sea Fox, a 1989 Hans Christian Independence trawler. Welcome aboard. We're glad you're here.
Good morning, everybody. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, about a week before Catalina. Just getting the boat underway, gonna fuel up, put the boat on the dock at work, and then leave it there for the day, and then head home in the afternoon. So we're gonna get about 200 gallons of diesel. I always keep like a little envelope. I shouldn't say this online, but I keep an envelope of all the $100 bills that I get through the course of the year, 6 months or whatever, and that's the fuel bank, if you will. So I got about $1,000 to go get fuel today, so we'll see how far it gets us. Some people in old posts will have said things like, "Oh, San Diego skyline, what do you mean?" I mean, we're talking about this. That's pretty good. Let's have a look from the other side. When it's glassy like this, or when the sun is setting and reflecting off the buildings, it's just too good.
The transit over to the fuel dock was mostly uneventful. A little bit tricky single-handing, but no problem with the boat because we've got bow and stern thrusters, and there were 2 guys on the dock. From the fuel dock, I then took the boat to work and actually got to park at the committee boat slip, which was pretty cool, right front and center. I didn't film any of that. I do have some pictures on the Instagram, but then I headed outbound back to Sun Road for the evening to continue getting ready for the trip.
Good morning, everybody. It is, I'm sweating. It's hot out here. It's not really, but it's kind of muggy, I guess. Anyways, getting the boat ready to take off in about an hour here. We got a little bit of tidying up to do. We're not really secure for sea at the moment, but I just spent the morning washing the boat down, putting the surfboards up, putting some dive gear back in the locker. The plans are changed from the initial intended action. We're not going to be going to Catalina anymore. Now we're going to go to Mission Bay. That was basically just a weather call. Unfortunately, we're looking at like 9 to 10 foot seas on the day that we're supposed to come home. So we're going to opt to stick around Mission Bay, which is going to be pretty fun too. It is Super Bowl weekend, so this will allow us to go to a Super Bowl party at our friend's house. But we're still focusing on staying on the boat for the next 4 days, 5, 6 days. I don't know how many we took off, but so we're going to Mission Bay, and there should be some surfing involved, hopefully some diving for lobsters on the jetty. We're going to take fishing poles and lures and see what happens. We're not very good at that. And yeah, I think that's kind of the plan. Chill, swim, dinghy around all over Mission Bay. I'm pretty excited for that. I haven't really explored Mission Bay that much for a guy who's lived on a boat here for 7 years. So lots of good stuff to come, and maybe who knows what'll surprise us along the way. Headed outbound, and we're gonna go to Mission Bay, and we're coming out on an aircraft carrier right now, so that will be cool. We'll share with you right now.
Oops. You can barely see him. Oops. at his butt. That's his butt.
All right, we're an hour into our transit, and we just made the turn kind of northwest, which usually puts the seas on the nose, but today we're pretty lucky that there's kind of this south wind blowing, so all the chop that was making us roll a bunch until we made this turn is now behind us, so we're just be chilling. And then something interesting, oh, I can't turn this. Is that normally we don't really get to see Point Loma on our way out on a big trip because we leave so early. It's still dark trying to get to Catalina. So there she is, looking beautiful. This big bull kelp. Lots of bull kelp. Don't worry, we got kelp cutters. Here's something kind of cool. The way you can see the texture of the water, then it changes over there. It gets pretty smooth and kind of oily looking. That is where the kelp forest meets the surface, and it just kind of knocks down the ripple effect of the wind. We're only like 30 minutes out now. Do you want to know anything about our trip? A whale?
Well, this one was breathing out of his butt, though.
No, this whale was breathing like out of the top of his head.
Beautiful.
And then we did see his tail go.
He might have been breathing out of his butt.
Man, ain't that a good looking boat? Oh, hold up. She's in there doing something weird. Oh, well, I guess she's dancing. But how about this boat, man? I think it's so cool. Our favorite little alien. Nice. Nice day out here. Sun is shining. The boat is gleaming. I washed it before we left. Gonna spend some time chilling out here. And our new Burgee, how cool is this? Thanks, Dan, for the Christmas present. The wind's right behind us right now, though. Wow, this looks like AI. This is not AI. We're out here on the boat on the Pacific Ocean, and that's where we're going. We're going to Mission Bay over there. And I gotta say, we probably could have gone to Catalina given the conditions right now. But getting home, like I said earlier, is really the big issue. It's looking like it's supposed to be like 7 to 9 foot or something on Tuesday when we were planning to come back. So I think it would be doable if it's behind us, but we haven't ever been out in that size. So we figured a 12-hour transit home is not the time to figure that one out. So we're gonna try and maximize all of our toys. We have 3 different types of board. We got the dinghy, we have dive gear, we might go ashore for a Super Bowl party, all kinds of fun stuff. Wow. Okay, I don't know if it's just my sunglasses. Hold on. Nah, that looks pretty cool without them too. This water is so clear and blue. We have 2 chairs in the pilot house on this trip because we're trying to figure out which one's the best. This one's my favorite because I made it. I also made the other one, I made the armrests anyways. And I think this one's kind of taking the cake so far. It does swivel a little bit too smoothly, so it'll spin on its own versus this one. But maybe I could just swap out the swivel bases or something.
entrance to Mission Bay is pretty quick and easy. If you had a big swell behind you, it could get a little bit dicey as it gets shallow, but for the most part, you just come down the channel, hook a left, basically a U-turn, and you're in Mariner's Basin, which is the only overnight anchorage on Mission Bay.
Wow, I'm trying so hard not to storm. Okay, Joe's forcing me to talk.
Cut that out of the video.
Joe's encouraging me.
English is her second language, so just cut her some slack.
Bear with us.
She's doing great. Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice? Okay, we're pulling up. Oh, birds!
You got it. Act natural.
You probably can't see them. We're pulling up to Mission Bay.
True. Correct.
Joe's driving. I was lounging.
But you're about to work. It's almost time to drop the anchor, which...
We got a new anchor!
Yes, we did.
And we're so excited about it.
Yes.
And Joe?
Have we used it before?
No, he's new.
Yes. Okay.
He's new to the crew.
So for the boat nerds out there who are interested, this is our third anchor. We started with a CQR that came with the boat that has probably been used for like 40 years. And it was okay, but I didn't like how it came through the roller. It really like banged around a lot. So then we got a 55-pound
Beef bowl.
Danforth? No, not Danforth. Shoot, I forget. Kind of like a spade style. But I thought that was a little bit undersized, so I've been on the hunt for something else. And now we have a 66-pound Supreme, Mantis Supreme, I think. It's kind of like, it's basically the same shape as a Rockna. A lot of research, actually a lot of people like these better than Rocknas, but either way, we have the heaviest anchor we've had since we bought the boat, and my favorite of the three styles that we have owned. So we're gonna test it for the next couple days.
Hi, Sammy. She's so funny. So Yams will just bury herself somewhere. Hi, girl. This time she chose Joe's closet. Sometimes she'll bury herself under a blanket, but she definitely has to be buried. Come, Sammy. Good girl, Sam. Oh, that's good. Yep.
2 of our little Mission Bay staycation. There's Sea Fox. I'm just going for a little dinghy ride while Jess does some computer work. I can't flip this thing, can I? Let me show you a little anchorage here. So off the bow, I guess to the west is Mission Beach. Just on the other side of these houses is the ocean. And on the other side of those palm trees and this park with the rocks is the jetty, and that's the inlet to Mission Bay. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. Basically around this corner and then out that way takes you to the ocean. And there's all, I think that's Ingram Bridge, I'm not sure. But just gonna go explore Anchorage, see who's around. I'll start with this guy while we're far away. He came into the anchorage this morning paddling with a paddleboard paddle while he was standing on the bow. So, you want to talk about for the love of the game, you gotta really want it to do that. I dove on those rocks and the jetty, basically the outbound passage to the ocean last night. Should have taken a spear gun. Every time I don't have a spear gun, I see great fish. I was after lobsters last night and saw a whole bunch of shorts, caught a few of them. I don't know if it's just been a while since I've been in the water or there's some kind of optical illusion going on. I was wearing my clear lens mask too. Maybe that's got something to do with it. But every lobster that I saw from the surface, I was like, oh man, that's a honker. Like, I can't believe these big daddies are just hanging out in open water. And then I dive down and get them and they were like this big. So bunch of shorts, but still cool to see it. Also saw a massive sand bass, like the biggest sand bass I've ever seen in my life. He was just kind of sleeping in a crack. An octopus, I caught my first octopus, and then I didn't have the heart to dispatch him. Oh, we got a little buddy on that mooring ball. Hey, birdie. I found with those birds, if you look them in the eye, they get really nervous and they'll fly off. But if you don't, they'll chill for you. But yeah, so caught an octopus, which was pretty cool. Not actually super hard to do. And then I just kind of was letting him crawl around on my hand. I was scared he's gonna bite me. I don't think most octopus can do that, but I was a little nervous. So then I let him go. He inked and sped off. But that's definitely controversial. A lot of people will say you should never catch and eat octopus, but it's actually one of the most sustainable reef species in California. Thank you to Kevin from Catch and Cook, California. I learned that from him, that octopus have a pretty short lifespan and are, I guess, far more abundant than we think. And I think their reproductive habits or patterns are pretty quick. So I think in the future I will take that chance. But last night it was just cool to handle one for a little bit and let him go. Kind of goofy looking bird over there. Got his arms out like he's trying to be a scarecrow or something, but I believe they're doing that to dry out their wings. If anybody knows if I'm right or if I'm wrong, drop it in the comments. Beautiful old wooden sailboat. Looks like a Kettenberg or a Sparkman and Stevens or something like that. Beautiful, simple lines. We're not hitting the rocks.
We're not gonna hit rocks. I should turn.
A little bit would be helpful.
And we're gonna take Joe surfing, right?
Yes. Behind this little tiny motor is the plan. We'll see if it works. But first,
Get there safely.
yeah.
Appropriately.
But also we're gonna go over there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go look at a boat.
Yep.
It's yellow, and Joe saw it somewhere, and That's all I know about it. It's wooden? Question mark?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a... I guess now I'll do this. Am I in it?
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
beautiful.
So this boat we're going to look at is for sale. I don't know who the owner is, but the broker is the same guy who we bought Sea Fox from.
Oh,
So, and it's a very cool old wooden boat. It's like a proper ship, I think. So we'll, if we can get a good look at it, you guys will get a good look at it too. There she is. I don't exactly know enough about sailboats to call this a schooner, I believe. Jess, is that a schooner?
No, it's actually not.
Because it is,
Just it's something else. I can't
nice.
think of the name.
That's cute.
Your hair.
They go like dead slow.
How was it?
Pretty sweet. I think expectations were met. Some ideas for the future, and we gotta figure out a way to film it.
Yeah.
A little bit at least. Actually, maybe right there could mount. We'll figure something out to be able to film it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm excited maybe to try a different board and for you to try. I love ospreys. I think they're such cool birds. It's like the one bird call that I can always recognize, and I always thought they were great. And then I found out that the Seattle Seahawk is a layman's term for osprey. So it is Super Bowl weekend. So go Seahawks.
Oh my god, I just caught a fish. My first fish ever, and this is so bright. I just caught a fish and I don't know what to do with it, and Joe is not here, and I'm freaking out, so I called him. I just caught a fish. He's in there. I literally just caught the fish, and then I had to open this up by myself and then trying to fill it with water, and I got this one first, and that one was a little too small, I think. I don't know. And so then I called Joe and I'm like, what the heck do I do right now? So I just caught my first fish.
All right. So Jess just caught this pretty good size spotted bass.
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna guess he's like 12 inches. I think the legal keeper size limit is like 10 or 12. Chill, bro, chill. I'm gonna put him back in so he doesn't have to be mad for too long.
Wow.
But I don't know why they even have a legal size limit on spotted bass, because I don't think you should ever really eat them. I've only heard bad things. Never eaten one myself, but I've heard they're not the best. Alright, I've seen a lot of paddleboarding stuff, but this guy is Darth Maul. Look at that. I wonder if that's custom. Where you even get something like that? Our boy Marcus just said he's running past. There he goes. Go, Marcus, go. Give us a wave. This is a pretty new thing for me, and I just love observing this little cat. Wow, she was just hanging out, now she's gone. But just watching her move around the boat is so funny. I've lived on a boat, as you guys know, for 6 years now, so it's not new. I'm very used to it. I'm sure-footed on both the boats I've owned. Just from living on them, I always, just have muscle memory of it. And so when Jess started coming to the boat, that was eye-opening, just to remember what it was like when this was new, because she has not lived on boats her whole life. Well, neither have I, but for any of her life. And then when she started bringing yams to the boat too, it's like another set of brand new eyes from a completely different perspective, like, 6 inches off the ground. So watching her, like, she spends a lot of time hiding, especially if the generator, the main engine's running. She just kind of finds a cool, quiet, like, protected space. But then during the day, and especially like around dusk, she'll start to poke her head out and starts to get a little bit more confidence and step out onto the cockpit and look over the edge. And it's just so funny to watch this little creature, because I don't know anything about cats to begin with. So I don't know about cats, and a cat on the boat is new for me. So it's just a whole compounding experience of newness, and it's very entertaining to watch as she learns the places that she likes and finds cool new ledges she can jump up onto. So try and catch some more of her exploring around.
There's a girl.
Oh wow, she's way over there.
Oh, look at her go. You're doing great, sweetheart.
Apparently it got super windy and Joe had to move the boat.
Yeah.
All by his lonesome. But now, I'm chilling again.
Cheese and crackers, all gone.
There's nothing.
Straight chilling.
Best cheese ever. If you guys have a Trader Joe's nearby, must have.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
So we were anchored over there, and the winds shifted for only like 30 minutes. Honestly, it only shifted long enough that I felt like I got to get from there, where it gets real shallow, beachy over there. I was seeing like 6 feet on the sounder, and I think we were still holding, but we had been tending this way for the last couple days, and then we were kind of facing that way. So I just thought better safe than sorry. I know there's a lot of eelgrass over there too, so if we had like spun and pulled the anchor and needed to reset, I was worried maybe it was just sliding on grass. So we came over here a couple 100 yards, and it's really the same place. It's just not the same anchor down spot. Oh, no, don't get over us.
Just cuddling.
Do you have anything to say, Yami?
Oh. She loves the sunlight, just like her mom.
Okay, this is our first sail to surf from this boat, and I'm pretty excited. Check the waves right now. Absolutely firing offshore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna paddle there, walk across the strand, and meet Marcus at Mission Beach. And I don't know what the waves are gonna look like, so we're taking the lobster. There were some crazy waves out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got absolutely rocked a couple times.
Oh
I
no.
got some pretty sweet ones too.
Good job.
That was fun. So cool from boat. Oh. Makes me hope we can get Ralph's. Seahawks, Super Bowl Sunday.
Go Seahawks.
We're just motoring ashore, going to Marcus's house. So a little bit of a break in the action from the boating weekend, the trip of a lifetime without stepping foot on shore. But that's okay. We can make excuses for the Seattle Seahawks, baby. So yeah, Seahawks are gonna win.
Yes.
Hopefully this clip ages well. Picking up the anchor on San Diego Bay or Mission Bay usually ends up in an absolute muddy mess like this. Check out to the right hand side where our hose attaches. It just sprays water all over the place, so we gotta get that fixed.
Well, I thought these outrigger dudes were gonna try and surf these rollers coming through, but I don't think that that's really a wave that can be caught. Still cool. I bet they're getting a fun little ride and a little boost on them.
This trip to Mission Bay has been pretty cool. Obviously, it's not Catalina, and we kind of wish we could have stuck it out to make it, but it's been really cool to see all the people on Mission Bay that enjoy it on a daily basis. There, every day we've seen 50 outrigger canoes and 100 paddle boarders and swimmers and scuba divers, and it was a good reminder to me that you don't have to go to Catalina to enjoy the water sports that you love in California. Sometimes the diving is more predictable and better, and there's less fishing pressure, sometimes not. But yeah, it's a good reminder to me that getting in the water here is always worth it. And something that I wish a lot of boating channels would do more is explain the conditions and how to maximize your comfort on a transit when the sea state's not really in your favor. So right now, I don't know if you can see cameraman out the window. We're mostly going head on into these waves, which we've got like a combo swell. So primarily it's out of the west, and we're mostly driving into it right now. There are some secondary swells that are hitting us from an angle that are causing us to roll as well. But for the most part, we're going up and down the waves, and it's relatively comfortable. But we're about to make a turn to like southwest, which may usually around here makes things better because it puts the seas behind you, like prevailing northwest conditions. But in this case, there has been a little bit of a southwest component. So when we make this turn, it might just put the seas on the beam, which will make us do more of this versus this. So, all right, I think it's time to make our turn here. So I'm going to take it out of autopilot and steer it for our turn, and we'll see what happens. We're still really learning this boat too, like what swell direction she prefers. So pretty rolly coming through our turn. And if we can get it abaft of the beam, I think it's going to get pretty comfortable. Alright, we'll hold here for a minute. It's good. We're definitely basically taking the seas on the beam right now, but which I think is a little bit more comfortable or less violent than pitching into them. So you can see when a big one comes, we're rocking a fair bit, but my body likes that better than dropping like this, you know. What do you think? Whoa, there's a roller. Okay. That's a little bit dramatic.
My body doesn't like doing the wave at all.
But do you think when we were going into it or now is better?
It's the same but different.
It's the same but different. Okay.
They're both doable right now.
Yeah. But when it's behind us is better?
Yeah.
Yeah. We love a following swell.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also love a good project list. This is stuff that has been done or needs to be done in all of our areas. We're painting next week. Oh, nice. All right, last bit about the waves and how to be comfortable in them. Whatever type of boat you have, particularly whether it's a displacement or a planing hull, and how fast you can go is going to play a big factor in your comfort in different directions relative to the swell. So everything we're saying here today is for a slow displacement trawler. We do not have the option of going fast, and we're not a catamaran or anything, obviously, so we're not going to be as stable as a wider boat like that.
She's pretty heavy though, which helps. 38,000 pounds, if I remember correctly. That'll do it for us this time around, folks. Thanks for sticking with us, and we do apologize that it has taken so long to get back on YouTube here. Hopefully this will be the start of some more content in long form, but as always, we are posting much more frequently on Crown City Trawlers. So come see us there, send a message, leave a comment, give it a like, share with your friends, and here's one last little fun bit for you as we try to land the drone on the moving boat.